Hi, my name's Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing The Legend of Dragoon and recording it all on VHS. Last time, we got to this spooky, fiery wall, and this sure looks like the end of the game. So, well, hey, I think we're going into like the very final bits of game here, and now I need to remember what Zieg sounds like. My world, my future, my here. I'm willing to guess that's another translation mishap, that maybe that was like supposed to be my here and now or something. I don't know. Who is it? My world, my future, my heart. Oh, okay. It was just incomplete. And also, it seems to be not just Zeke. Is it? It is talking directly into our minds. Darts. Oh no. Is it Shauna? What? What's this? It's a super Virage. I guess he is acting as a gatekeeper to protect the god of destruction. I don't care what is waiting for us. Yeah! It sure would be a shame if we just completely punk the same, wouldn't it? Let's start. With the speed up on Miranda. Seeing the two misses there does just suck the air out of that attack. Oh, well, that's fun. Okay, so we're gonna let Miranda do the things. So there are 3 things to hit here. You know what? Actually, apparently power up does actually work for improving damage that you do with items as well. So let's just have Miranda go nuts and use some of these items that I've been carrying around for a while, and, you know, since there's multiple things hitting this fight, I don't think there's going to be for our final fight. We'll see. Who knows? Those legend casts really are making a bit of a joke out of this. Head's still kicking around. Let's go ahead and have Dart attempt to finish that one off. Still kicking. Stop it. It's a little concerning that hit Dart quite so hard. Considering that is, you know, fire type damage it looked like, but it's fine. Was the Super Virage that we defeated in reality Shauna? I don't think so. Why are you so sure? Well... Dart, pull yourself together. Real quick. Kind of wondering if I missed something, because in like peeking at walkthroughs and whatnot, I do know that there is there's a thing. There's one more weapon for Rose, and we don't have it yet, so it's a little like, did I miss it? I kind of hate to use one of these outside of battle. But I'm kind of leaning towards heck it. Let's just have everybody back up to full. We are going to step back out here and you know, do one of those fancy saves because we can. And we're going to get into a fight apparently, which I could use to recover all my magic. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's stall tactics, etc. Hey, what if you just stand still for 3 turns? Why is the camera so zoomed out here? Like... This is one of the camera angles that we usually have, but, like, it's so zoomed out. Okay, so Dart's above half health. Everybody's above half health. If I really wanted to, and I probably should just go ahead and... Yeah. Crap, that's not the button I wanted. This sucks. I just did everything wrong. Wah. Now I'm going to be wasting everybody's Dragoon points. Not that being a Dragoon is at all helpful, aside from, you know, the whole, like, being... It's like, the main thing we get out of being a Dragoon at this point is being able to use magic, which is really only useful for, you know, Miranda, and the fact that being a Dragoon makes you immune to status effects, except for death, and also recovers from status effects. Anyway, that should be everybody back up to full health. Yep. And now I actually have to do this stupid attack ring. How many turns am I going to waste? There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do just a little bit. Is it down to the left? Do a little bit of that grind back up to full resources, because I done hacked up. It'll be fine. The worst part is we need to hit things. Oh good, there's multiple things to hit here.
Die. Demon scouts.
Alright, everybody's at max health, max magic, and max Dragoon. Hooray, we're ready to drop ourselves another save and move forward with the end game. Okay, one more for the road here. This whole deal, with all of the health recovery and magic recovery and all that nonsense, like, this is a really interesting aspect to RPG systems design, is like the resource recovery stuff. And it's why I have harped on it so much throughout this entire game. Ultimately, if this game just had a shelter or a house or a tent or any of those sorts of items that are just like the, you're at a save point, use this item to recover all your stuff. then I could have just done that instead of having to take 2 fights. Instead, it's just like I have to go spend 2 fights doing stuff. Okay, there's a save point here. Let's save here instead. But yeah, because of the way the recovery systems work in this game, and now that I have that ring for Miranda, so she can sit there and just recover magic, which means that everybody can get health back from her casting magic, and then... Don't I already have one of these? Anyway, Detonator. Can attack all... Okay, that's actually interesting. Oh, That's an interesting... This is actually an interesting piece. We have an interesting piece of equipment for once. We have the trade-off here. We can hit everything. Miranda doesn't hit very hard at all. Her attacks are honestly pretty useless. 50% more SP just means that I can get back into healing mode faster if need be. I'm really kind of tempted to stick with the classic. Huh? Shauna! Ugh. Zieg. You don't deserve to use spirits. You say that, even after this? Oh no, the red-eyed dragon still recognizes you? This is the truth. And the annihilation of the world that is about to occur is the truth as well. Dad, stop it. The power's not generated for that. Everything was born to die. It's the same for spirits or the world. Learn through your body. Stop! Oh no, he's a dragoon and I can't turn into a dragoon. Whatever am I going to do? The 0 on MP makes me mad though. Alright. What's wrong with you, Dart? You're so pathetically weak. Uh-huh. You were saying? Darn! This is my father's power! To hit me for 0 hit points! So I noticed that Dart did 0 damage. Yeah. Oh, you did damage. So can Dart just do 0 damage because he doesn't have a Dragoon thingamabob? Is that what's happening here?
Die.
And Rose still hits hard enough. Did I just not see the numbers? Or is it just flat out he can't hit his dad? No, there's numbers. Alright.
Die. Demon stands.
Oh no, fire magic. You love to see it.
Die. Demon stands.
See, I think the worst part is that if after this Dart gets... Wow. I forgot her magic resistance is just so high that even when she does get hit, it's a joke. If we do get Dart's Dragoon Spirit back here, and then another fight happens, I think Dart is going to have 0 MP, because that's just how this game has worked so far, I do believe. The time has come. I no longer need this flesh. What? Melbu Frama. And now a brief word from our sponsors. Experience does a body good. I am the famous Melbu Shrama, supreme leader of the Winglies.
I've been waiting for this moment for over 10,000 years.
Why? You must have been defeated by Zieg.
It's true that the sword that
Let's not butcher this line.
It's true that the sword of that man penetrated me, but what vanished is only my flesh. I cast a petrifying spell on that man. At the same time, I transmigrated my soul to the spirit. The sublime soul is immortal.
How long have you been manipulating my dad?
At that moment, I re-entered the lights. The first light after 11,000 years. When the black monster came to Neat, that foolish soul tried to release the power of the Dragoon without knowing that I was waiting for that moment.
So, it was then.
I was released from the spirit and revived in order to obtain an eternal body that is proper for an immortal soul, and now I am becoming a god.
Is he merging with the Virage embryo? Is he going to be the god instead of Shauna?
You are right. I obtained the flesh of the god of destruction. I am the god himself.
The god. Don't make me laugh. Lloyd, you're alive?
I was in your party for a little bit, but then I just kind of vanished. I cannot die with the wrong god still around. There's no space for you in my utopia.
I guess Dart is here.
Melbuframa!
Dart probably is programmed to be in battles. Or some such.
You forgot our supernatural spirit and pursued your own interest. Unforgivable! Destroyed blah 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 blah. Ah. You bothersome dragonfly, it's annoying! Crash!
Lloyd! Oh, wow. This, work with the tools you have, I guess. What is this?
It is the Dragoon spirit of the Divine Dragon and the Dragon Buster.
Are you here to give us this?
Don't get conceited. I just ended up here while I was pursuing my own ideal.
Yeah, right.
His birth will be the death of the world. Hurry up. Stop him. Farewell, people who confront the fate of Soa.
The jingles are not... They don't quite fit for the tone that they seem to be going for. Anyway, we acquired the Divine Dragoon Spirit and the Dragon Buster. Meru. I was going to give you a little tour, but I ended up coming all the way here. But I was right. I was right in following Dart. I realized it. In this world, there are lots of people living with lots of thoughts, so there are lots of fights, but there is happiness and joy as well. This is such an awesome world, I won't let him destroy it. I'm totally ready to go. I wanted to check with... Can I check with Shauna? There we go. Shauna, wait for me a little. What's up, Jump? Dad. Rose, where'd you go? There you are. Rose, are you ready? Yes, anytime.
We have been together since the Moon Gem was taken and Lavitz passed away. We have fought, laughed, cried, and walked together, all the way here. But we have to end the walk here. For the sake of the goal that led us here. And for the sake of all living creatures. Now let's go. Dart, you look just like...
What the heck?
Dart, you look just like me when I was young. Did you notice? I didn't understand my daughter's pain at all. That's why I dragged it around until now. Shauna is the chosen girl, has the soul to destroy the world. When she discovered it, nobody but Shauna suffered as much.
I'm not hitting his voice where I want it to be.
When Shauna's around, I don't know where we'll be. But I know one thing, you are the only one who can ease Shauna's pain. It won't be realized until we stop the Wingly who wants to be a god. Now, let's finish it up. I'll pound my secret art into his fat belly.
Hey, Congo.
Emperor Dole would often say, to make a world where all species are equal, a strong leader is needed. But Congo knows, anybody can make a world where all species are equal. Even you are not Dragoon, Gigantos, humans, Minotaurs, Winglies, anybody. Anybody having the feeling can do. But Kongol found out. Anybody can destroy the world too. Gigantos, humans, Winglies, gods, anyone. Kongol found out one more thing. We can stop him. Dragoons can save the world. Kongol, hero of Gigantos. Kongol doesn't fear God. We can stop him. Dragoons can save the world.
When I decided to go with you, Queen Teresa told me to learn the meaning of the fate that Soa gave us. This is what I think. Fate belongs to those who are living. We can destroy the fate that somebody else made up. And this is the moment. Dart, let's do it. Stop him for all living creatures and their fate. Alright. Get that dark out of my party. So anyway, this is what I was looking for. Jeez, okay. Jumping from 40 to 100 attack power. We have 7? Yeah. So looking at the Dragoon spirits there, and just like hadn't really noticed the yellow one on the far right. Anyway, I imagine they're going to kick me back into this menu again. Is everybody healed up and stuff? Yep. Cool. Let's go. We need to prepare. No. Let's do it. Our last battle. Close enough. But first, back into the menu in case you didn't think to do that before going into this fight.
I have acquired all. The immortality. And the ultimate power. I am the god who purifies the world under the fate determined by Soa. Death to those who rebel against fate, death to all life, and may your death bless the new world to which I shall descend.
We won't let you. We're the Dragoons. We're ready to fight against fate. Let's go. Go, go, Power Rangers. Okay, so
Die.
I guess I should see if there are other targets.
Demon stands.
Yeah, look at all those targets.
Blazing Dynamo!
Die. Demon stands.
Turn between powering up Miranda or Rose. Let's see. We only have 2 explosions to go. Let's pump up our primary damage output, who will just be focusing on the boss. Miranda will be unleashing some stuff. Magic, oh no! Lol.
Yes! Go! Go! Blazing Dynamo!
So apparently powering down Melbuframa also powered down the tentacles, I guess?
Demon stands.
Anyway, so we've had this for a while. It's time to finally use it for real. Oh, shoot. I forgot it was one of those. That's really upsetting. Oh, even in the end, this game finds a way to upset me. Oh, anyway. I guess that's my fault for, you know, trying to
Dynamo!
scratch an itch on my nose at the same time that, you know, stuff is happening in game, I suppose. Anyway, fire time. So in all, this game really did just kind of pull a Final Fantasy IV in the end.
Die. Demons dance.
Like, really kind of beat for beat.
The first generation.
Okay. I guess.
Yes! Go! Go! Blazing dynamo!
Die. Demons dance. Die. Demons dance.
I'm curious if there will be a point at which I get forced into Dragoon things, or if at some point I should actually hit that Dragoon button.
Go! Blazing dynamo!
But right now, it's just like sit around and hit attack because, you know, there's not a lot of options in this game when it comes down to it. The second generation, yes. Am I going to have to go through 108 phases? I don't know if I have enough tape for that. The third generation. We're skipping some. So I guess this is why there's 4 discs, is so that they could put as much information on this one disc as they can for final cinematic fight time visuals. The 4th generation. Oh, this is going to be mildly insufferable, isn't it?
But what if I had marbles?
Die.
It is really Disappointing is the word for it, that just like sitting here and hitting attack is in fact the most effective thing to do at this point in the game.
Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Oh hey, it's that thing that somebody just did. Where they suck in all the planets and they throw a galaxy at us, and then we fly through some star space dust, and then we land on whatever the planet's called, and then we drop out of the sky and go blamp. How you doing, Dart? You could be doing better.
Die.
This is such a dissatisfying ending to the game.
Demons.
Oh, it really is just like, cool, yeah, I've like, my party has been made up so that attacking is just the most effective thing. And, I mean, part of that's on me, that I have opted out of doing the timed hit system. But also that turns into way more effective than me trying to do it. So... Okay, fine. Is, again, really upsetting that I can't recover mana in this form.
God save us. Gates of heaven.
It's like we have all of this spectacle for like the environments and like all of these final forms of the boss, which that's kind of neat, but like ultimately this game, like its ending is straight up Final Fantasy IV. You go to the moon, you have a confrontation with, you know, a long lost family member. Turns out it's haunted. Turns out the moon's haunted, and then fight the ghost inside that is trying to become a god. And that's Final Fantasy IV. That's all there is to it. Instead of a space whale, we got on a space stingray, I guess. Oh. Like, again, the way that all of the systems in this game have worked out, the most effective thing for me to do is sit here and just do basic attacks, which is,
Dynamo.
like, people level that complaint against, like, JRPGs in general of just like, oh, you just sit around and, you know, hit attack on all of your random encounters and whatnot. This is a final boss. I should have something more interesting to be doing than, than hit attack. Perhaps if I had like some really cool abilities or like magic that didn't suck and didn't do less damage than regular old attacks. And like, again, because I've opted out of the timed hit system, that means that it is just hit attack and don't hit attack and then also execute on the timed hits. But it is ultimately like, there is something I could have done better for Dart's build, and that's it. I could have given him the sword that does a heck of a lot more damage, but drains his life, and then give him the recover life thing, at which point I'd have to opt back into the hello, random PNG of space. I'd have to opt back into the timed hit system. The sun has arrived. And that would be doing like 50% more damage with dart, basically. But that would be only if I hit my additions, and it's not worth trying to hit the additions. Just flat out. It is not worth it.
Die.
So, yes, I hold that, like, casually the optimal thing, like, casually the most optimal play right now is to opt out of the timed hit system and just hit attack. Were I, like, a speedrunner or somebody who was, like, highly executing on the hits, or the timed hits every time, the 5th generation, only 103 to go, it's a fish. Oh boy. Grass. It's happened. Plants. Birds. Solar lens flare. An iguana. There's an awful lot going on in, you know, the 5th generation. We've got water and grass and plants and birds and fish and iguana. The 6th generation, people and also stabbing dragons and wheat. And a skeleton. Alright, I guess we're fighting on a pile of bones now. The other problem is, like, again, okay, so the Dragoon thing being, like, a limited resource that you can only do every once in a while and whatnot, and that you recover that through attacks and whatnot. There's an actual interplay and change there, and that would be fine if Dragoon mode was actually worth going into. Which, unfortunately, it is not. I deal more damage outside of Dragoon mode at this point in the game. Consistently by a large margin. And also, if I go Dragoon mode, I have to opt back into the other timed hit system that I have hated the entirety of this game. It sure is a pile of bones, and maybe lava, might be blood. Who knows? But like, when it comes to the magic system, I only have one recover magic ring. That means I can only have one character who can do magic a non-zero amount. Like, there are the magic recovery items, which I do have way too many of in my inventory at this point, admittedly. I'm realizing that does a whole, like, twice as much as her attacks, I guess. Anyway, so Like, only Miranda can consistently use magic and recover mana and be able to do more magic later, outside of using items. But again, using items takes an entire turn to do so, which, oh, maybe it is actually worth it for Miranda, except Miranda also needs to do taking some time to do attacks so that she can get her Dragoon meter filled back up, yada yada, blah blah blah, so that she can do magic. And that's always the rub with the magic system in this game, is that you have to be a Dragoon in order to cast your magic. Alright, Wingly Army. I guess this was an attack from Archangel that we just never saw.
Blazing dynamo!
But I don't know. It's just like, it's kind of everything, everything I've been saying the entire time playing this game. And just like, the combat system has not worked the entirety of this game. I don't know why it would turn around in the final fight and suddenly be worth doing. And like, interesting to partake in. I do wonder if Dart goes Dragoon? Yeah, that's not red anymore. He has a green one now. So I guess he is the Divine Dragoon now. Maybe we should have him do a Dragoon just to find out. Sure, why not? I regret doing this. I'm now going to have to put in a flashing warning into the edit. Cool. Right. Yep. Yep. But what if Divine Dragon? Alright. Look at this little half Gundam man over here. Divine Dragon Ball? Or a Divine Cannon? Hey, Melbuframa, can you just, like, heck off? Cool, it's a whole 200 damage more than you do by just attacking. Neat. Oh wait, no, it's like actually 400 for you for right now. So that's... Hey look, we actually do more damage for once as not just attacking.
Die. Demons dance.
Congratulations, Start. You actually have a reason to turn into a Dragoon.
Die. Demons dance.
Just because. Let's see what the other one looks like.
Divine Dragon Age!
I really kind of hope Miranda gets the killing blow. Oh, look. Dart's doing something special. So I guess the canonical winning shot goes to Dart shooting. Neat. You know that thing I said about hoping Miranda gets the final hit? She just did, I guess. Are we going to have an end of battle scene?
Shauna!
Dart! I have been waiting for this moment.
I kept you waiting so long. I'm sorry.
What?
Dare you? Inferior humans cannot outshine me, a god. Rose, the time has come. This is the end of our long journey.
Zieg,
Could you come with me?
yes. I will never leave you again.
Dart, you have grown up. Father? I couldn't do anything for you as a father. Please forgive me.
But father, we finally met. This isn't fair.
Dart, I'm so glad I met you.
Rose! Father!
Go, Dart.
My role is ended. Blaze the way to the future by yourselves.
This is your age to live. Sean,
What are you talking about? We've all been together.
We were never exist in this my age in remote activity. Farewell, Dart, and thank you.
Rose! Father!
We did it, I guess. I'm gonna have to go back in the edit and figure out what anyone was saying, because boy howdy, the oh, that mix is not great. But well, hey, we did it. Here's the world now, I guess. So I'm looking at this and I was like, why is this video rendered this way with like the smaller viewport and like the blurry outline area? And like, blur's not an inexpensive effect. Like it's one of those like kind of surprisingly graphically intensive bits. So like this would be pre-rendered. Like that was kind of my first thought. I was just like, okay, so like, was this like a space saving trick? And it's like, no, look at this blur on the outside area. That's baked in. So I'm also realizing these are like some camera angles of those pre-rendered backgrounds that we've seen throughout the game, but like different camera angles. So like, I guess they built out like the full scenes, and then they would have like that 3D space to work with, or at least enough of the scene, or like just that specific camera angle. Anyway, there we go. We hit credits. Did it. It's over. Good Lord. Man, like, okay, I really don't know what to say about this game anymore, because I've already said it for 60 somewhat hours at this point of just like, the systems are a mess. The game itself is like it's got a lot of great and neat ideas. The enemy design is really great. The visual design of most things is really fascinating. But just like, oh man, this battle system was not great, and that the most efficient way to play the game in the end was to just hit attack repeatedly, which is like that thing that people don't like about JRPGs. That feels not great. Oh boy. So I don't know. I do stand by everything that I've complained about. I think of just like there's been so much that is just like not problematic. Problematic is the wrong word for it, but like so much fallout in design based on the simple fact that you have an inventory limit of 32 items, and that there's no item for recover all health, recover all mana at a save point. Those two facts, like, that's just like a cascading design decision that impacts everything else. Like, I can whine some more about like how long animations take and whatnot, but like a lot of that is unfair because it is tied to the gameplay system of using the timed hit system. And there's nothing wrong with the timed hit system per se, but because the timed hit system is built into the animations, that means all of your animations end up taking a lot longer because you end up getting like the attacks that do multiple additions, and then you have multiple hits, and that just means that you have the animations for every single one of those hits, and every time you attack, you have to do however many hits you have, and that just means that your attacks end up taking a long time. And that unfortunately does bog down the combat systems and everything. Like, I don't know, I'm repeating everything I've said throughout the entirety of this playthrough. Ultimately, I've found this ending largely dissatisfying because it is flat out the same ending as Final Fantasy IV, except in Final Fantasy IV it feels a little bit more like stuff's going on. I don't know, like, it just flat out was just like, wow, the entirety of this episode has been just like, hey, this is the end of Final Fantasy IV. And you could just replace some names and some text and it'd be the exact same thing, except Final Fantasy IV actually does it better, because there's a whole section of that fight that is more interesting, and actually like hits on like your adventures throughout the game. I do like that we had that little moment before going into the final fight to check in with all of our characters and like see what they had to say, and like that offers them to the moment to give their perspective on their journeys and whatnot. And that also does kind of lean into showing you what the quote-unquote right answers were for that for the psychedelic bomb quiz, which I managed to get everything right except for Miranda, because Miranda had just joined the party and is like, which one of these are they wanting me to say? And I don't think either answer really revealed what they were trying to have that answer say about Miranda as a character. I don't know, like this. There's just so many things and so much that I can point out and so much that I can, you know, backseat game design about this game and point out, hey, this was a weird choice that led to these things and this led to that and that. Like, look at all this stuff. Oh, hey, we have all the voice actors. Great. I don't think I recognize any of these voices, but I'm also terrible at names, so I just might not know them. Anyway, like, this game's fine, and for its time, it would have been a lot better because it was a time of your turn-based RPG system. So, like, having this time-based system would have been much more of a novelty. The visual spectacle, being like that PlayStation 1 era, would have been much more important. So, like, a lot of it does come down to the you had to be there ism. Oh. Anyway, get hecked, moon that never sets. The end. As a final shot, I'll take it. That's solid. There was sudden, like, a character arc actually did an arc here to get to Rose and Zieg sacrificing themselves to save the world and their Dragoon spirits, you know, being here together. That's a nice little bit. And then the end text is also really neat looking. This does seem... Oop, nope. Press start to end. Cool. Well, heck, I don't really want to sit here on this menu. I don't really want to load the game back up. But hey, we did it. We completed the Legend of Dragoon, and we beat up our family member, and then the ghost that popped out of our family member, and then we beat up the ghost in the moon, and saved the world, much like Final Fantasy IV. Yay! I'm sorry for having dogged on this game the entirety of playing through it, but man, it has been a mess in general. Like, again, there's so much of it was just like a kind of a you had to be there at the time sort of stuff that would have made this much more interesting in its heyday. And like, it would have been much more unique. It would have been much more visually appealing. It would have just kind of hit a lot of things, but like, that doesn't solve the issues with the really seemingly one chance at translation, and they didn't have time to even proofread the script. I don't know exactly what happened there, but like, the translation's not great, and having like really weird like spelling mistakes and 5 names for the Mount of Mortal Dragon, and stuff like that. The systems have been, watch the rest of the series to see me complain about all the systems. The guarding to recover health, kind of a neat idea, but like the lack of a tent or shelter or whatever, use item at save point to recover all resources. The lack of that really hurt this game throughout. The lack of magic recovery outside of like some specific items, and then having the limited item list. Again, like, I'm just treading the same path again as I try to whittle down what didn't work about this game, and the unfortunate answer is a lot, but I think the core of it does come down to the recovery system, or the lack thereof, and the reliance on items throughout the entirety of the game, but only having 32 item spots, and your inventory often just being too full for items. Anyway, I guess that about covers it. We are done with Legend of Dragoon. Hot dang. Yeah, we'll try to make this fast. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Hey, it's YouTube. You can see that I have a ton of other YouTube videos. I've done a lot of my favorite games, or at least several of them. You can find playlists. I know I've been linking the Final Fantasy VI playlist throughout this, and it's a very different experience because I love that game and will always apologize for anything it does wrong, because nostalgia for one, and it's just a really good game overall. There's I don't know, Banjo-Kazooie that was like a down moment for me, so that one's kind of weird, but also like it kind of got me back into the swing of things. There's some Mario 64, there's some Metroid Prime, there's some older stuff that has really bad audio, because that's what happens when you do YouTube and you start off making videos with terrible audio and you don't know what you're doing, and you slowly figure it out over time, at least a little bit. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but hey, you can, hang around and see what I do next. I actually do have a plan to cover for like at least a day. We might do just like a little one-off or something. I'm trying to decide how much I can actually get out of that idea, but we'll at least have a one-off here. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, stick around, more to come. And yeah, that should do it. Legend of Dragoon, done and dusted. That sure was a game. Real solid C minus maybe. If you love this game, please go to town. Tell me why. Tell me what makes this game so special for you, because I don't see it. Unfortunately, like that's what it comes down to. It's just like, I kind of get that there was like a lot of, you had to be there at the time, and like there's probably some amount of nostalgia, but at the same time, like coming at this and like liking old games, liking JRPGs, this game just hit a lot of nerves for me, and just like a lot of frustrations, and like I don't think a lot of the systems ended up working out and playing around. Again, I have the entirety of all of the episodes that have me complaining about that, so I don't need to get into it yet again. But yeah, that does it. We're done with Legend of Dragoon. Yahoo! Thank you again very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.